You know that awkward moment when you run into an old friend and they hit you with a classic, "So, are you seeing anyone?" And when you say no, their face crumples like you just told them your dog ran away. Like, really, should I be grieving my singlehood? Here's the thing. What if being single and not searching is actually one of the best things that could happen to you? And not just in a love yourself fast way, but in a real research backed life changing way. Welcome to the Gifted Creatively podcast, where we dive into real life challenges, find smart science backed solutions that actually work. Let's talk about how to thrive in this season and use it to navigate different phases of life. Stick with me because by the end of this, you might just fall in love with your solo journey. First, let's bust a myth. Being single isn't a waiting room for marriage. Studies from Dr. Bella Paulo, a social psychologist, show that single people often report higher levels of personal growth, self determination, and even stronger social connections compared to their married counterparts. That's right, your single life isn't just a pit stop, it's a whole destination. Think of it like this. If you are a buffet, why would you stand in line for one dish when there's an entire spread waiting for you? And yet, society sometimes makes us feel like we should be hovering near the relationship section, like it's the only item on the menu. For example, consider the difference between two people: Sarah, who spends her single years cultivating her career, traveling, and exploring hobbies, and Mike, who spends his time passively waiting for a relationship. Who do you think is more likely to bring something valuable to a future partner? Let's get practical. What does thriving in your single season look like? Think of this as your character development arc. Every great story and movie has one. Harry Potter had Hogwarts, Mulan had the training montage, and you have this season to level up in ways you might not if you are constantly prioritizing a relationship. Use this time to invest in skills. Always wanted to learn a new language: French, Spanish, Swahili. Start that business. Become a wine connoisseur. Become an actor, become a performer, become a content creator. Now's your chance. For example, Jane started an online course in graphic design during her single years and ended up turning it into a thriving freelance career. Deepen your friendships. Studies show that single people tend to have stronger and more diverse social circles. Take advantage of that. David realized his single years allowed him to reconnect with childhood friends, something he wouldn't have prioritized otherwise. Strengthen your mental health. According to the American Psychological Association, people who spend intentional alone time tend to be emotionally stable and resilient. So, no, you're not alone. You're building resilience. For example, Lisa, one of my friends, took up meditation and journaling and found she became a more emotionally secure than she was before. Life isn't static, and neither is your single. Your goals, energy, and desires will evolve over time. One season might be about career growth, another about travel, another about self discovery. But here's the key: if you learn to be content and fulfilled in these moments, you will carry it into whatever phase comes next, relationship or no. Think about it. You don't suddenly become happy because you met someone. If you haven't been building a fulfilling life solo, you won't magically find fulfillment in a relationship either. It's like expecting a plant to flourish just because you moved it to a new pot without taking care of the roots. Take Steve Jobs, for example. Before founding Apple, he spent time traveling through India, studying Buddhism, and developing a vision. That period of self discovery played a huge role in shaping his career success. Your single season can be your version of that. Maybe not India, but a solo trip to a new city could be life changing. Did you know that in Sweden, over 50% of households are single occupant homes? Being single is a norm in many parts of the world and not an anomaly. And let's not forget history. Some of the most influential figures were single for a large portion of their lives, including Isaac Newton, Oprah Winfrey, and Jane Austen. So if anyone asks why you're single, you can say, in a very funny way, I'm channeling my inner Oprah or whichever icon you look up to. How many classic TV shows romanticize the single life? Think of Friends, New Girl, or even Sex and the City. All stories that highlight the beauty of friendships, independence, and adventure. Instead of focusing on what you lack, why not embrace the sitcom worthy moments in your life? So, what's the game plan? I want you to take action starting today. Write down three things you love about being single. It could be your autonomy, it could be your own making your own decisions, it could be solo traveling, it could be engaging in hobbies, it could be anything. Then pick one experience to try each month. It could be solo traveling, it could be dancing, a new hobby, or just something totally unexpected. And lastly, join the conversation and drop a comment below and let me know your favorite part about being single and not searching. And let's celebrate this journey together. And if you found value in this, hit that like button. Subscribe for more self growth content and share this with someone who needs a fresh perspective on singlehood. Remember, your life isn't on pause, it's happening right now. Enjoy it. See you in the next video.